know how the audio and my microphone levels are. Hope everyone's doing all right. So today we're in Nomad Sculpt, and we're working here with, so this is an actual scan of Little Low in the microphone mix. Thank you, Wonka. How's that? Is that better now? Or should the music come down lower? Good to see you, Wonka. Maybe drop the music a bit. All right. How's that? Is that better? I'm trying to keep everything out of the yellow. Okay, cool. How's that? Is that better? Should be okay. All right, cool. Thanks, man. You getting ready to go work at the diner? No, just doing dishes at the moment. Oh, nice. Nice. So what I'm working on, so this is an actual scan of a real Viking skull that was dug up. And so what I'm doing is I'm taking this and I'm going to take it and remove the top and turn it into a coffee mug. So down here at the bottom, I'm gonna fill in all of this so that the whole thing rests flat, and then we're gonna remove the top and make it so that we can fill it up. I think we'll just kind of get into it. No. Now, come back up. So what I'm going to do here is I'm selecting a mask. So what that does is that masks everything there. And I'm able to, why does it do that? Let's get that again. There we go. That'll work. It can be a little higher in the back. So masking it, so the darker area, whatever I do, won't be touched or bothered or anything else. So when I come and I trim it, it'll just remove that, leaving me with a big empty hole. There we go. Yes, exactly. It's just like doing your layers in like Photo or Photoshop or anything else in masking. It's pretty much what they made this program to be. So in the world of sculpting and doing everything else, there's like programs like Blender and ZBrush and everything else, and those are very powerful programs, but they're meant for the computer. ZBrush is very expensive, but it's the best thing out there. So the people came up with this, as this is running on my iPad, and it took off and became so big and everything else that this is becoming one of the standards out there. So much that ZBrush put out their own app for it, but it's just not oh, so that's what I should do. Actually, we're going to take that back, because I didn't realize that I could make my thickness bigger. So let's make it, so is that going to give me, can I just do, is that going to be like 3 millimeter? I guess we're going to find out. Oop. Stop inverting. Now, let's come down and trim it and see what it did. That made no difference. Oh well. So, now that we have that done, what we're going to go in to do is pretty much just clean up the skull, give it some more definition, and let it do its thing. And then you'll see like all those like sharp angles and everything. That's pretty much just gonna be what it is, and then I'll go in and smooth it all out. Hey, welcome. Thanks. Just like, Procreate, just drawing and doing everything else. I forget, I'm I'm just gonna call you Lime because I'm not even gonna try and pronounce the name with butchering it. What's that app that you're using again for your drawings and everything and your paintings? Let's, and then so you can set it up to be symmetrical so that when you're doing everything it'll be symmetrical on either side, so you can oh, that tooth is fucked up. So you can like pick your symmetry and pick which one you want to, what line you want to do it on and everything else, which makes life a hell of a lot easier, and that is the button right over here. But I'm not going to use that. That tooth is terrible. What was I thinking? So let's clay that out a bit. So I work with it at a lower poly, meaning you see all these triangles more and everything else. Open canvas. Doku is fine. I'm perfect. I was a fan of Lime. It's an amazing program and it's not expensive. That's the best part. You pay for it once, you have it. They don't do subscriptions. They don't do any of that stuff, and it's easy to use. There's some amazing people out there that create like tutorials for it and stuff. There is. Let me open up my YouTube and find her. There is a wonderful woman. Where is her stuff? Because I was just watching stuff yesterday. Where is it? Small Robot Studio.
We switched to Liberty Mutual and saved $652.
That's
on car
great.
insurance.
I don't care.
With the money we saved, we got into electric unicycles. Front.
Yeah, Small Robot Studio on YouTube. She's amazing. You feel like you're being taught rather than talked to, or talked down. She makes things very, very understandable. It's wonderful. Just wonderful. So I've been playing a lot on watching her tutorials and everything else when I was starting it and then learning and everything else. Open Canvas is also like that. You just pay for the new version and get a discount if you already had the older version. Oh, that's awesome. I'll make sure to check her out. Yeah, it's a friend of mine, Meg's Mashables. So you can find her on like TikTok and everything else. She does mashups between different animals. And actually, I think I can. Let me see here. Let's see if this works. Oh wait, can't do it from here. Stupid. But yeah, so Meg does all this wonderful stuff of mashing up all of these different creatures. So just like she did a corgi and a shark, and it was just absolutely adorable. And so, yeah, there we go. Just absolutely adorable. And then she started playing around with Nomad Sculpt, looking into doing actual sculpts of her work and everything else. And that's really nice. But so, working on it, I'm dealing with it here in this low poly because you have more control over what you're doing. And then you go in, and so like we'll come up here, and it's this voxel remesh, and so you can see what we're working with, and you want to get it up into here so that you're working with everything in here is triangles. So everything that I end up doing is multiple millions of triangles by the end, so you get that much higher detail. Oh, the mashup! Yeah. Oh god, the mashups are so funny. She is absolutely hysterical and so talented. Like I love her stuff. She just started vending at conventions, which is great. I love seeing it take off for her and just grow. Yeah, she's great. She's a great human. Another great human being. Alright, so now that we're doing that, let's go in. And I just saw somebody talking about Nomad Sculpt on, I think it was Reddit. And they are a ZBrush user. And they did their first sculpt on Nomad Sculpt, and they were like, wow, every tool is where it should be and where you think it would be and everything else. Neat being able to see your process too. You don't see too many people work with things like 3D modeling on a stream. Hey, thanks. That's, maybe I can find a niche here and find something that people will want to watch. I would not complain. I would not be too upset about that. It's just finding the time. I've thought about streaming before and everything else, but it's just, I always figured I didn't have the time to do it because I just had too many things going on and too much stuff I was working on. But now that I'm working, so the whole goal with this, yeah, exactly. Oh well, yeah, with school that's different. Granted, I'm not complaining if there's people here. So for the new people that are coming in, I'm working on Nomad Sculpt. And we're taking an actual scan of a real Viking skull that was dug up. So I've already cut the top off and put the hole in. And so we're going to end up filling that area in, and we're going to make it into a coffee mug. And then what I'll do is I'll take it and I'll 3D print it and go from there. And having the imagery of what you're working on plus the music helps and whatnot. Yeah. I was playing some stuff yesterday, and it was like, hey, Viking, might as well play something that works. And I got hit with their usage thing, and it was just like, okay, well, that's a thing. So, what can you do? I really don't like that. So let's do... We're going to get rid of that little bit of nubbin there. But that's one of the things that's nice is that in the app you can export as an object or an STL file. Yeah, the DMC. Yeah, that's so much fun. I'm actually going to talk with a friend of mine that composes music and see if I can start using his stuff. And then that way it'll be all set up and ready to go. So exporting, you can export as an object file or an STL file, which are both used for 3D printing. So I can just then take it, save it from here, and go right into my slicing program, slice it up, and then throw it right on the printer. Man, I should just put his stuff on there. Let me see here. Hold on. We'll do this. So now, let me know how the music is compared to what's playing. Music is a little soft. Okay. I know he builds, so he does. All right, we'll try that. So his name is Mombi Yulman, and let me put that in the chat. So he does this very ambient, almost movie score soundtracks, and just his stuff's amazing. I use it a lot when I'm driving, and just if it's raining out and I'm driving and it's like foggy, it's perfect. But you can find him on Apple Music, Spotify, everything. I know he just started doing some psytrance stuff, but his ambient stuff, his score stuff is just amazing. I think that's good, and then let's smooth it some. See, so like there's these holes here. I'm gonna want to fill those. So what I'm gonna do is all this area down in here, I'm gonna fill that in so that the whole mug just rests flat. I guess I didn't really need to do the inside of the teeth. It does need... we need the crease lines. Exactly. Give it a stable base so that, you know, it's just, it'll sit better and it won't rock and everything else. So let me do a quick save on this. All right. So like what I was working on last night or yesterday. So this is a skull cap. It's a skull cap from an actual real skull. So what I did, I took the skull, chopped it in half, and then I went in, added the dots all along in here, you know, for the actual the bone growth and everything. And then I added this little plate down here so that when I print it, it can actually be a bowl, a serving bowl, a candy dish, a cereal bowl, whatever you want to use it for. See, that's what I need. I need those lines. But yeah, that way it'll give it a nice stable base so it can sit. Thank you. Oh, you could totally use them in your work. Like that could be your mint dish. I mean, people would probably freak out, but you know, hey, there you go. Well, there you go. Oh, I haven't thought about doing like plates or anything like that. There's no real bone for that though. You should totally use that at your job. That would be amazing. Yeah, I need more of that crease and line. So what if I do, let's bring that down some. Bring that up some more. I think it was better off the way it was. We'll leave it at that. So then if I did, so let's do, no, not a sphere. So let's get rid of that. Let's do cylinder. Whoa, that's not what I wanted. Give me snap. Snap. Good. Oh yeah, no, I don't want to snap that. So undo the snap of that. Is that still snapping? There we go. Yeah, there we go. If you wanted to do plates but don't care if they're round, maybe you could use the scapula. You know, honestly, I when I was saying that nothing's really flat, that's possible. Because I could do all the different, I could use the scapula and everything and then just put that bottom base on it and make it into that whole thing. Is the music gotten too loud, by the way, since it like kicked in? Alright, so I need... Alright, so there's that. No, the music is just right. Cool, thank you. So now... Let's fill it all the way out. This is where we can come into problems, yeah. Now, so let's do we'll see if this works. Nope. All right. So what I'm doing now is trying to mask it. That being said, your video feed, however, appears to be stuck. Ah, yes it does. Thank you for that. Interesting. Because I just did a whole bunch of stuff. So let's see what's going on. Yeah, I just did a whole bunch of stuff that somehow the iPad just disconnected. So let's get that going again. Yeah, whole bunch of stuff. All right, so we go here. All right, give me a second. How can I mess with this without bringing it live? Well, I might just have to do it here. So let's see. Wonder why that disconnected. Pay no attention to what you're seeing on the screen. There is nothing to see here. Please disperse. Just live technical problems. We like to fix it on the fly here. It's only capturing, well, it's capturing from my iPad. So the iPad, yeah, so it's going through a program and it's capturing from the iPad. But yeah, so what I've been doing, since you couldn't see it, is so I made a cylinder to fill all this in, and now I am masking so that I can, I'll mask so I can push in the hole for where the coffee, tea, whatever will go through. Alright, so let's clear all of this. Let's go back to mask. And so let's do, I would like you to be A little bit more refined. Oh, do I need to... Let's do that first. So let's clear this. Then what we're going to do... So one of the things that you can do is so you can see over here that the resolution is only 144 on this cylinder. So we're going to bring it up. And then we're going to remesh it. So that's giving all the new polygons or the triangles and everything inside it. It allows me to do more detailed work. Let's see here. Yeah, man, being able to remesh is, oh god, it's so nice. Yeah, like, see, now I'm getting more like fine lines and everything else. So let's get in here. See how before it was giving me all those really weird triangles and everything? Ugh. So that's not how we do a circle. Neither is that, but that'll work. And then comes the fun part of printing it out and then measuring what the actual... Oh, that's too much. Does this program have a stabilizing tool? You mean like a snap for like if I do a circle and then I can just draw one and then like make it into an actual circle or oblong? Is that what you're meaning? I don't want to do that. I want to leave an edge. Not really. More like for people who have just shaky hands, it slows the end point of the pen down so that you can get cleaner lines. I don't use them usually, but I know a lot that do. I honestly have absolutely no idea if they do. I don't know if that's a setting then with the Apple Pencil. I'm not sure. That would be a good question though. Yeah, let's get that up here. So, I don't know. I might reach out to them and see if that's something that they do, or if they offer that, or if it's something that's coming down the pipeline. I don't know. I have very shaky hands to begin with, so normally I'll just hold whatever I'm drawing or working on so that both of my hands shake at the same rate, and then that way it's a straight line. I'm trying something new here with this masking to create my my hole and see if I get it to work. No, I don't want that. That's too much. Oh, wait a minute. Let me do this. Alphas. Oh, yeah, no, it is on that. Okay, I'm good. Ah. Okay, so that did work. Now, let's go in here. Let's go to Gizmo. See, then I can just push that down and it locks everything else in place. So I'm out too far there. So now if like this, see how then it just creates a perfect dip for whatever you're working on, which is really nice. So you can almost like push it down and get it out of the way. Yeah, it really is cool. I mean, it just, the stuff that they've been doing, it's just, it's impressive. And I really like what they're doing. And it's really nice to just see other people that are doing it. Oh, wait, can that work? What does that do? Let's see. Did that just make it into a straight line? Yep. No, thank you. So, okay, so we have that. Now, let's go back to this and go clear. Then go back to the gizmo. See if we can just bring this back. Yeah. Alright if the teeth hang out like that. And then let's just bring this in. Yeah. Almost like I knew what I was doing. Almost. So now, let's go to clay. Let's go back to this. And now we're going to sub that out. This might all be for naught, but we're trying something new. Seeing if we can get something to work and do something. Actually, I don't mind if that's... I don't mind that. Because then we can get it an actual, you know, 32, 64... 16, 12 ounce. I don't know, we'll see. You don't want to go away, do you? There you go. Be friends with the line. I just don't like that. So are you supposed to be at class right now while you're sitting here watching this? Well, you know what? Does this have... Alright, let me see here. Alright. 16 assignments and only 2 classes. I do have, however, way too much homework for what should be. 16 assignments for 2 classes. Hopefully it's like something small. That's crazy. There is no need for that. Thank you very much. What if I do... Let's try this. Hehehe. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Yes. Oh. No. Oh, I don't want the cylinder. I want that. Yeah, there we go. Sadly, no, some of them are repeat assignments, and some don't even count as as grade, but they are still expecting of us. What? Why? Most of the class works as well, so it's like me. It's like I'm the only one getting mine in on time. I mean, that just means you're an overachiever for being an undertaker. That was pretty good. I just came up with that. Even though you're not really an undertaker. I think that should go on your business card. Overachieving undertaker. I have on mine disturbingly proficient. Oh yes. It's almost like I know what I'm doing. Almost. But I really don't. Hello, welcome new people. See what I want. How can I? So what happens if I do this? Now it grows out. Okay, cool. So no thank you. No thank you. Let's go clay, subtract. It's getting better. There we go. You guys just do not want to disappear. Now comes the hard decisions of what the hell do I want to do with that. I gotta bring that lip down. So, let's go over to the cylinder layer. But yeah, they're trying to give us enough work to make study guides for next semester and for the national boards. But not everyone studies the same way, so it's just busy work. That's just annoying. That's just, I don't see a point in doing that at all. I don't like when they just give busy work to give busy work. It's not... No thank you. No thank you. It's just no point. I think it's just idiotic. Yeah. No. No. Same, it's not really helping anyone study because we're all just trying to get assignments in on time. Exactly. So you're not actually really paying attention to what you're not really putting in the effort because you're sitting there. Ren! Hey man, how are you? Thanks for stopping in. Good to see you. Homework was designed originally as a punishment anyway, so I mean, it's not needed. It's not needed. I forget what place in Europe is doing it where they don't have homework. You get it done at school so that you can actually be a child and everything else. Good to see you, Ren. So, Ren, what I'm doing... so I started off with... Let me get into here. So I started off with an actual Viking skull. That was scanned, high-res scanned, off of a real Viking skull that was dug up. And now I'm turning it into a coffee mug so that I can 3D print it and then take it from there. Oh, there's a gap. And go from there and actually make it in porcelain. Doing good, thanks. I only just realized this was you with the name change. Yeah. Well, you know, Lantern Labs was great and everything, but I realized that I was getting more and more messages from people asking me why I don't make lanterns. And so it was just like, yeah, that makes sense. So at that point, I just went with what makes sense, and really, safety's never first in any profession. It's always third. So I went with that, and it's been doing pretty well. I'm doing good. I've been making some props for some movies and TV shows. I have a couple skulls in 2 museums on display. And I'm getting ready to do... It's been like a year and a half long talks with a major hospital to start making the bones for them to, like the residents, to work with the bones. So like all the metatarsals in your foot. So I would make all those for the residents to practice with, as well as be the bones in their offices. So things are doing well. How about you? How are things? I gotta fill that gap. So let's do this. Oh yeah, but then we have that issue. And I don't want to get rid of that. Actually, well, let's see what happens. So clay, smooth, or sub. Let's take that down to the edge. It might get really ugly, but we'll see. Oh yeah, okay, so too low. Sounds awesome. I'm dabbing here and there. Card game I worked on got released and I won a minor game industry award. That's awesome. Congratulations. Everything else is same old Ren. Man, that's great. Can you mention what the card game is? Are you allowed to do that? Do I like doing this? I don't know yet. I don't think I do. Because then it just gives me the same rough interior that I already had. So, what if I just took it and, let's see here. Nope. I don't want any of those. I want you. Alright, so let's go back to here. Oh, and we got a crash. Yeah, it's called Awkward, a controversial party game. Oh, nice. You got a link to it? You can post it. Oh, yeah, so that history is just gone. Alright, so let's actually just get rid of that. But see, now that just well, we're gonna fill that in. So that's kind of okay. I think we can make something work. Maybe. Oh, did that not let it work? Let's see. I thought I had it so that you could post. Jets appear. I don't know because I am not that good at doing anything here. No, this is, let's see here. Come here, come here. There we go. So I'm using Nomad Sculpt. So it's like Blender and it's like ZBrush, but it's for the iPad. I think they have it out for Android as well. It's so smooth and so intuitive, and just everything is where you would think it would be. It's just really, really nice. Oh yeah, hey, I should do this too while I'm here. Hey, look at that. Almost like tomorrow's my first day. So Blender's nice. I like Blender, but Blender isn't as intuitive with like drawing. So like so here, let's do this. So if I just go straight with a new thing, so I'm like starting with the ball, and I can so like if I want, I can start, well, I can put symmetry on, So like I can pick my symmetry, and so like you can see that it's got the red line, and then I can, like, the X axis, there's the Y axis, there's the Z, so you can like choose which ones you want, and where you want your symmetry to be. But then I can just start pulling and start working things out just on with my pencil, and it just, like, it's just so much smoother than I ever had in Blender. Actually, now I'm going to keep kind of going with this. I don't want to go that far out. So let's go. Let's get you smaller. Yeah, that's what I want. Oh, nice. I need to take a look. Last thing I ever used was 3DX. Oh, God, yeah. Scaling issues, yeah. It's just... that had to have been nuts. So, yeah. So, like, with this, you know, so you start off, and then you have, like, your... so... If I take the resolution down, it's a lot blockier, but then I can really work in what I like. If I'm really reshaping, I do not want that drag that big. It's a lot easier to block out what I'm trying to do, and then it's really damn nice. Let's give you some. We're good there. And then, like, if I want to go in, and like, then I can bring the resolution back up. But on top of that, I can go into voxel up over here on the top left, and I can remesh the whole thing. So right now the resolution is only 239, and when I really want to start working on something, I take it up even higher, remesh it. Now, granted, I'm working on the iPad Pro 12.9. I think it's the 2nd gen, so I'm gonna get the newer gen. But it's like letting your hands and your mind flow with clay on the wheel. Exactly. That's exactly it. Like, it's just, it makes life so much better. And when I get the new iPad Pro, I'm gonna do the like 1 terabyte one, so it'll just be able to handle all of this with no problems. But one of the really cool things is, so it's like, so say I'm working, but now, so yeah, because now my iPad's just like, what are you doing to me at this higher resolution? So if I really wanted to do this, so, and you can create layers and everything else, and like you can bring in a whole bunch of different primitives and really work your way through everything that way. But I'm gonna delete this, and then on the side here you'll see tube. So then really what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pick the curve, and then it's like, oh, I want to make a vase. Oh, wait. Oh, no, because I'm an idiot, and I did it wrong. So, if I want to make a vase, I go to lathe. And I can just sit there and go, curve. There's my vase. And put a hole in it, boom, done. And there it is. And it's just like, at that point, then you just kind of go from there, and you can start doing all the different, you can come in and be like, oh, I would like that neck a little thicker. You know, it really, actually, no. Give me you. Yeah, there. There. It's a great program. It really is. And you pay, it's not expensive. I want to say it's maybe 20 bucks. You pay it once, and that's it. Um, so, like, you'll get all the updates, you get everything else. Um, it really is accessible, man. It's just, and so say you're working on this and you're just like, all right, cool. I want to, have an arm coming out of it or whatever, a handle. All right, well, there you go. And then you can go in and reshape it and make it, into what you really want. I mean, it's so damn impressive. And it's like, well, I want this to be over here more. The more I play with it, the more I love it. Like, they really thought it out when they did everything. And they made it so user friendly. And yeah, so much that this became such a good app and such a good selling app and everything else that ZBrush ended up coming out with an iPad app. And it's good, but it's not as good as this. Oh yeah, that's right, I can snap. Yeah, I mean, it's just some of the stuff that I've seen people creating is just, it's just amazing. It's just absolutely amazing. Like, just love it. Yeah, here. We'll just do... So, like I was showing Doku earlier. So, like, this is what I was working on earlier. So this is going to be a skull bowl. So I'll 3D print it and then I will make it out of porcelain. So I took a real human skull and then cut it and took the skull cap. And then I went in and added like the little texture in here for how bone would actually grow in here. And then, I just created another little bottom plate for it so you can turn it into a serving dish, candy dish at Halloween, or, eat your favorite cereal out of the skull of your enemies. Yeah, and then like this guy here. So I based him off of the movie Halloween Town. So I got the picture from the movie when we were watching it. It was actually Halloween Town 2. And then I sculpted him up in here. Did a really terrible paint job on him. And then now I just 3D print him. And it works out great. What was I working on? This. Are you still playing with Sunny? Reminds me of the Shrunken Heads in South America. Yeah, so in the movie, it's like a Halloween movie that from the 90s, maybe early 90s, late 80s. Um, it was kind of like their takeoff of Hocus Pocus. And in the second one, they like had to split up and do these things in different parts of the town. And there were these two shrunken heads, and they're called headphones. One was red, one was blue. And you would talk into the ear of one, and the other one would speak what the other person was saying. And like vice versa. So they were, you know, two-way radios, but they were shrunken heads. Yeah. Now me and Sonny have parted ways, unfortunately. Don't know what happened. Oh! Sorry to hear about that. Yeah, it's a funny movie. I mean, it's definitely for kids. But still entertaining. And, you know, it's like that thing. Oh, yeah, you know, I'll check this out. And we were in the middle of watching it. And when that happened, I immediately just started sculpting. Because I wanted to just get it. I wanted to get it going. Because I didn't see that anybody else was doing anything like it. Yeah, that's not bad. I might have to start over from scratch. But it's not bad. It is, I will say, one of the nice things about, you know, doing it here rather than actually sculpting in clay is that even if I've put a lot of work into it, it's still not anywhere near the amount of work I would have had to have put into making it with clay when I mess up enough and I have to just restart. See, I think if I just come down here, bring these in just a little bit, and then if I add the texture to it to match bone, it'll at least flow a bit more. So it won't stand out as much that there's actually a base. It's kind of the way I'm thinking. We'll see though. I don't know. Yeah, I took that all the way in. So have you been enjoying the new season on Destiny? Well, that didn't work. If you have questions, feel free to ask out. I don't bite, I nibble, but I don't bite. Yeah, I'm alright with that. See, the deep is neither here nor there for me. It could have been great, but I agree. I think it's just a... I don't know what they're doing, man. It's... I feel like they're testing something out for something that they're planning to do, but... Like, we were in space, and then we became pirates, and now we're underwater? Yeah, I don't really get it. Alright, so that is all there. So I need... Yeah, there we go. Let's fill this in. So what I'm doing right now is just smoothing out everything on the inside to just get it a little bit smoother and nicer for when I print it. I'm trying a lot of new things and just kind of seeing what works and what doesn't. But that's kind of also the fun part. Very predictable filler until the final shape, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I'm ecstatic that Cade's coming back, but am I excited that like, is Cade coming back is an excitement enough for me to want to play it, I guess. I don't know. There we go. I'm alright with that, and you'll still be able to clean. So now, let's get back into this. Bring this away. I'll always play when the servers allow. Yeah, exactly. But Cade 6 will have me more invested because he's one of my favorite characters in the game. I agree. I think the morbid curiosity will always bring me back. But it's like, it's been a lifelong journey with them. I mean, playing since D1, like, Bungie's a huge part, Destiny's a huge part of my life. And so it's like, I always kind of want to go back and check it out and see. Even if I am disappointed sometimes, it's still, I'll go back at some point. And so, I don't know. I think I'll always love it. Alright, so let's do clay. We're going to change the alpha brush here. And yeah, you know what? Alpha and scales is good. So let's make that brush bigger. And that's way too much. So let's bring down that intensity. Yeah. I feel like that's still too much. So let's bring that down some more. That's better. If I don't take the year off before, if I didn't take the year off before Beyond Light, I probably would have completely exhausted of it. Yeah. I mean, I got to that point right before, or right after Osiris came out. It was like right after we worked with him and he took his mask off and we finished that. That it just, I think it got to that point for me, and I took a good long break. I'd say a couple year break. That's when everyone was playing like Division and everything else. And it was, it was a good break. And then I came back. Was it right before Witch Queen? Or was it Witch Queen? I think it was Witch Queen that I came back. And, I mean, I'm so happy that I did. Because, like, Witch Queen for me took me back to D1. And it brought me back to, like, my love of the game. So right now I'm just adding a little bit of texture over top of it so that I can mirror up the bone and everything else. I'll go back through and I'll take care of those teeth. I want them both to be the same. So now we'll go back to that. Let's find a different brush. I like for this that Witch Queen was so good, it made this year a bit underwhelming. I agree. If there was another year after this until the final shape, I may have taken another break. Yeah, exactly. Witch Queen was just, it was so good. And I think with the release of The Witness, it really, I don't know why my brain just stopped. My brain just shut down for a second. Yeah, I mean, I expected The Witness to be so much more. Because it was like, The Witness has been growing for years. Alright. I am going to take a sweet break and go to the bathroom, and I will be right back. This season's side stories seem misplaced, as if they should have been part of Witch Queen. But yeah, I look forward to seeing how the Witness story develops. Yeah, I mean, it's almost like, I agree with you on the side stories, almost as if they were, as if it was thought out of at a completely different time, like making no sense. And they were like, oh, you know what, we'll just throw these in as fillers because, you know, nobody will care. Nobody, you know, they'll just be happy to get something. That's what it feels like. I'll show you, when I get back from the bathroom, I will show you what I worked on before. Alright, so. Alright. Sorry about that. So, what the hell was I doing? Oh yeah, alpha clay. Let me get a little bit of bumps and roughage in there. No, I don't want speckles. No, no, yeah, let's try that. So now, yeah, I'm on that, I'm on the skull. You know what, let's rename that. Yeah, good. So I actually want the cylinder, not that. Ah, it's too much. Let's really take that intensity down. Yeah, it's getting better. Thanks, Red. Thanks for sticking around. So, oh yeah, so I was saying, hold on, let me finish this, and then I will show you what I was working on. Alright, so let me save this. Save. Alright, now, open. So here's my witness that I was working on. So I'm going to take this, 3D print this. I have a couple ones printed already. Yeah, I'm really happy with it. Thanks. I haven't done any pre-orders yet because I don't know how large I'm gonna print it yet. I want to play with it a little bit more to kind of get it exactly where I want it, but it was a lot of fun to do. So, but it's just like one of the things is that, so as you can see, I don't have the cape actually connected in the back, and with that is one of the problems for when I'm printing it, because it's a little too fragile. So I'm gonna take the cape and like kind of bring it in and just kind of move it into actually touching the back. I mean, I guess I could right now. Yeah, see, that's where we get into the issues. I don't want to move that because then it takes that away. So I need to go in and make it its own thing. Let's see here. Split. Lasso. So let's go from here. I said lasso. Now that should have made it. There we go. So now I can take it and kind of bring it in and play with it more without messing up the other one. So I should be able to just bring that right in. Why are you being a butt? Which one is it? Oh, it's this one. Yeah, so I just need to give it a little bit more. Whoa, Jesus, that is not what I want. Let's not do such an intense. Let's do a bigger swoosh. Here's a crazy idea. Turn it into a diffuser humidifier with smoke coming out of the top of it. That's brilliant. That's brilliant. Because I have it closed. I'd have to make it... I'd have to do it in like porcelain or a type of clay so that it can withstand the heat of whatever of the, you know, the ember burning. God, that's brilliant. Oh, yeah. So I need... Oh, wait a minute. Instead of doing all that, let's go back. So let's just go back here. Go back to here. Actually, let's go back even more. Okay. So if I do... God, that is a brilliant idea to do that as a diffuser. Because like I want to make it big. I printed one. Hold on, let me measure it. I printed one, and like, I just don't like how floppy the cape is in the back, because like, you can kind of hear it. So it is, let's see. So there. So it's 184 millimeters. So I feel like it could be taller because I mean, I have all the detail in it, but it just seems small to me. I feel like it could be done better and larger. Made from the same material is what, that I 3D print with? How can I cut you? So I need to... I would initially print it. I'd 3D print it in the same resin that I do everything else in. But then I have the option. Like I'm working on some stuff now. That like only my Patreon people see, but I'm working on taking some of my stuff and making it porcelain. Which reminds me, let me do this. Ren, you're in the Discord, right? Yeah, I thought so. In my head, I see the smoky heads made from something else, maybe in layers with some transparency to give a ghosting effect. For the diffuser or just in general? I did it this way so that it was just kind of easier to do, and then what I'm gonna do is just paint them and kind of paint them to give that kind of smoke effect and go through there. But I have it like with the ones that I printed. I want it to be like a foot, or bigger, like maybe 20 inches, or 24. Just in general for the diffuser would be wild. Yeah, I mean, if I'm doing the diffuser, I can go in and just make holes. Sorry, I'm actually like holding the real one in my hand. So I could go in and just make holes in certain spots throughout everything. And in that way, it would just, smoke up through. I'd put some holes down in through here and, everything else so that it would start bellowing up through the head. The witness was definitely a labor of love. I just love how it looks already. Can definitely tell you put a lot of work into it. Thanks, man. Yeah, it was... I immediately just, started going off of all the photos that I could find and everything else, and just whatever I could see of the witness. And since this whole, lower half, since, all of this, you don't really see, so... I had to guess, and I was just like, well, I'm just going to make it go down, and then I can have a flat bottom so that it can rest, but on top of that, so I can make the print actually hollow. Alright, let's see here. Yeah, I'm really proud of it. It's been a lot of fun. And actually I did, I had somebody reach out in my shop, and they wanted me to take their guardian, so their hunter, and sculpt it and print it and paint it. So I did that. That took... God, I want to say that took 6 months. I sculpted it, and I was printing it, and I was having problems because they were using stompies, and the little parts on the back, by the calves, were breaking off. But then I finally got it down to a point where I really liked it. It's about 8 inches tall. And then it really came down to me wanting to match their shaders perfectly. So I ended up printing, I think 3 or 4 of them to really get it down to a point. And I feel that I did. He was blown away. He was super happy. Now he wants me to do a different one, and I'll do that as well. He wants his Titan. It just comes down to what shader he wants. It's just a lot of work, but I really enjoyed it. Yeah, I was really, really happy with this. Oh yeah, I was working on something with this. I need to split this. Oh wait, can I? Haha, let's work smart, not hard. Give me mask. This does not sound like Mombi anymore. It is not. Actually, let me just do... Yeah, let me just go to here. I think it was this one. Yeah. No, Curse of Jack. Yeah. I was remembering Sunny was wanting that. You know, she talked to me about it, and I spoke to her about it, and we tried figuring things out. And then she just kind of went quiet. And it was just like, well, okay. I guess, you know, that was right around when she was like leaving, Discord. I hope they didn't have any oily pearlescent. They did. So he sent me his Titan, and his Titan had that, what was it, the gun oil one? Or whatever, you know, where it was just, it's black, but it's got like the gas through it, and it was just like, dude, I can't create that. Like, well, I'm not that good. I'm just gonna be flat out honest with you. I'm just not that good. You know, it was just, oh yeah. I mean, it just, I was like, I can't do that. I was like, if you pick a different shader, I can try and do that one, or I'm just gonna have to print it out for you, and I'll paint it black, and you can put that pearlescent on there if you want. I love that that's the first thing you said. I hope they didn't have a pearlescent shader. Oh, God, yeah. I mean, I get it. Like, they're awesome shaders. But, you know, at the same time, it's just like, man, come on. What are you doing to me? That's too much of a pain in the booty. There we go. Let's just get in there and do it this way. Let's just make this bigger. Alright, there we go. Now that should be all of it. So now, unmask. So now that shouldn't have done it. Yeah, there we go. If I had to, yeah, you know, I would be more happy and excited to do that and run RGB lighting through it, rather than doing a pearlescent paint job. Although it's you, so I would make it hollow and then you could run your stuff through it. Oh, what am I doing, man? I was working on a skull. And then I got excited working on the witness again. Alright, I'm just going to save this. And I'm going to go back to what I was working on. I'll do the witness on You Smell Burning. Is that you working on your lighting? That just means you're doing something right. The burning smell is, you know, you getting the confirmation that you've made connections. That's really what that is. At least that's how I take it. That just means there's no high impedance air gap. Be right back, I smell burning. Oh, like real burning. Do what you gotta do. So, what am I working on this one? So that's the skull. I want the cylinder. So let me smooth you. Oh. Smooth. It's a cylinder, right? Yeah. Oh. So let me do clay sub. Did I mess up now? Unmask. Rectangle. Okay, clay. What the hell's going on? Okay, so it's working there. Just not on... Oh, wait. Is that... That's not the skull, is it? Ah, there we go. Yeah, there we go. He seems crooked and wonky and not happy. I want you. Yeah, there we go. So now sub. Now trim rectangle. Yeah. I'm back. I think a neighbor is having a barbecue. Well, thankfully nothing's burning. I honestly thought you were talking about that you smell burning because you would be doing the electrical on your RGB for your Guardian. And I was like, that just means you have all the connections going together right. You're doing fine. Hopefully everything's okay. No, I don't want that. I don't want that. I forget which one I used last time. I think it was... No. I think it was that. Yeah, it was that. Yep. There it goes. Yeah, that would probably happen. First time I built a gaming PC, I fried the motherboard. You live and you learn. Hey, that, yeah, going to school for things are great and everything else, but I am a big proponent of learning while you're doing it. I think that's the best thing is, learning on the job, or at least being out there, because in school and in class, you can learn the book way of doing things and everything else, but they don't always have the weird problems that just come out of nowhere. And you're like, what? How the hell did this happen? And that's something that I found out when I used to do dimmer up for movies. Because we were doing an airplane, and how there's all those little lights above you that like everyone can turn on at their seat, so that you can read and everything else. So they built a plane, and we had to do the lighting for it, and I had to control it all. We filled the whole plane with, I think, 400 of those little individual lights. Well, they don't dim like they're not dimmable lighting. So we had to build machines and the circuitry and everything else to make them dimmable. And then we had to figure out the curvature, so when you have it at 100, it's 100 in the light. When I take the dimmer down to 90, the light actually drops down to 80%. And it was such a different variable for each thing, and we had to figure all that out. And it's like, you don't learn that in school. You have no idea, because you don't know what you're going to end up coming up on and everything else. And so it was just, that's why I'm a huge proponent of just you want to learn something? Good. Jump in 110% and do it. And then that way you learn, and you find out if you enjoy it. You find out if you enjoy that problem solving of doing those things, and go from there. That's how I do everything. I think it's better to learn just by doing. Oh God, that's ugly. That's still ugly. Let's bring you down some more. That's better. Yeah, it's like anytime I get an idea to try something, I just jump all in and just go for it. And it's like thinking back to school, learning reminds me of these call centers that do everything by the book and need the manager when you question them on something that isn't in the book. Exactly. By the time, anytime I have to call Apple, or really any other customer service line or tech support, I have gone through and done everything that I possibly can to figure out the solution to the problem. By the time I'm calling them, I'm already past have I turned it off and on again? Have I reset it? All of those things. And it's like being an Apple certified tech. By the time I call you guys, I have gone through everything. And so every time I call tech support or whatever else, it's always somebody going, well, that's a new one. I haven't heard of that yet. I don't know what to do, so please hold while I get somebody or we try to figure out what to do. And I'm like, I'm perfectly fine holding. I don't care. And then we find a way to fix it. But I always do enjoy calling and talking to those people and just seeing what we could do. Oh yeah, that works easier if I just drag it. But not if I'm dragging it down. Yeah, let's match you up on the lines there. Oh yeah, actually I can just do this. And then I'll just blend that into what I'm doing. I think I'm doing it the hardest way possible. And I'm sure there's a lot easier ways to do it, but it's a good way to learn. Oh, how's your friend doing that works in movies over there? She doing good? If the opening on the top of the skull was more circular, could you slot in a steel cups similar to what you get on the recent goblets? More than likely, yes. I actually have a goblet, a skull goblet that fits one of those. So it's what, a 6-ounce, like, metal baby cup. Yeah, like the steel cup, exactly what you're talking about. And it fits that perfectly. The problem is that with having it be, I want it to be a bigger skull. And so I want it to be able to fit like 24 ounces. So I'm going to do like a 12 ounce, a 24 ounce. Maybe a 42 ounce or something. That's a lot of coffee though, so I kind of want to stick around like the 12 and 24 ounce. So I need to make them to be the right size to fit those actual things. But since I'm going to do it out of porcelain, I won't need to have the steel cup. Yeah, she's doing great. She's working full time at the moment, but she's going freelance next year. She just spent a silly amount on a new Sony camera that had a 2-year waiting list, $20,000 on lenses and a drone. Hell yeah! That's the way to go, man. Buy the gear and then they rent you out with that. They rent your gear and then they have to rent you with the gear, which they have to hire you with the gear, and you just make so much more money. A friend of mine that does DIT, digital imaging technician, he makes bank doing that. I think he does the Naked and Afraid show, and like he just makes so much money. It's crazy. Yeah, she'll break it even after 4 to 6 months. Yeah, I mean, when I was doing stills for movies and TV, I bought all the camera gear. It was paid off in 3 weeks. And then when I was doing dim op, I bought a console, I bought all this stuff. It was paid off in, I think, the first 2 months maybe. And it's just like, yeah, okay, great, sounds great. So, because, you know, it's movies. Movie money, man. That you can do whatever the hell, you can charge whatever the hell you want with that. Yeah, I don't know, man. That... So, like, this... Okay, so here. So, this was one Hold on, let me save this first. Alright. So this is one that I was working on before. So this one already is... See that? I already have that like done up and everything else. I just don't have the bottom filled in to be a flat surface. But I mean, it's flat. Yeah, why is my pickup point over there? There's the X and the Y. Oh, that's why. World. Local. Gizmo edit. I don't know what the hell that's gonna do. Oh, wait, is that what I wanted to do? Oh, okay. I haven't played with that yet. So I want that up here. And then straight up. So that's actually the x-axis. So that should be there. And then that is the y. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. So that's the x, the y. Yes. Yes. All right. So, yeah, she'll break even. Yeah, that's perfect. So yeah, so there's this one that I did. I just wanted to do something with that Viking skull. So like I already have this one set up and ready to go. I've already printed it and everything else. I haven't filled it up to see what it actually, what size it'll actually do. So yeah, I don't know. Okay, thanks, man. So I made 2 of these at different sizes, and you know, so like that's ready to go. Like they're printed and everything. I just haven't tested their capacity yet to see what it is. I'm playing around with the whole Viking one, trying to do something different. And I really should just keep it as basic as it was. I'm just making it harder than it really needs to be. Yeah. And then like I was doing this. So this is Squirtle skull. So that'll be fun to do. Yeah, I don't know. I think it was probably a huge mistake to try and do something completely different. Pokemon is lost on me, but I at least know Squirtle. Same here, but when I started making like the Pikachu skull and Cubone and Charizard, like those were the big ones. I started doing that, and people like lost it and wanted, you know, started telling me all these different named ones and everything else, and I was like, sure, I'll look into those. You know, so we'll see. I actually think I might. I think I'm just gonna do this. Yep. It is time for you to die. And with that, I think I actually might jump off because we have a market tomorrow. So I'll be vending at that. But Monday morning, I think I'm gonna jump back on and stream, and I'm gonna play with the witness, and I'll mess around with that. But I got a couple skulls I want to finish before the market to take to there. I don't know, maybe I'll go live later this weekend, and when I'm painting, and kind of just mess around with that and see if I can get the camera angles set up for that and whatever, and see if it works. Yeah, I don't know, but I think I'm gonna jump. Sounds good, my friend. Got me into anime recently, so I'm gonna watch some Demon Slayer. Oh, Demon Slayer is so good. Love your work. Hope you have a great weekend. Thanks, man. I really appreciate it. I appreciate you coming in and checking out the stream and seeing what's going on and everything else. I really appreciate that. I think Wonka's in here now, and yeah, I think Doku left. But thanks, everybody. I appreciate it. It was really nice having you here. And I hope you follow and check in on the next one. Thanks, everyone. Have a great weekend.